Hey, it's Mike, Muscle Car Syndicate, and I'm at my local junkyard. And I find somebody's abandoned project, 1973 Gran Torino Sport. Kind of looks that way. Let's dive into it. Now, most people consider the muscle car era dead after 1972, and a lot even before that. But 1973 still has some offerings. You had SD 455s from Pontiac. You can still get a 454 in your Chevelle. 455s and Buicks. There's stuff out there. It just didn't meet the high horsepower requirements, high compression. You know, it's all lifter cams, all that stuff that they'd had just years prior. As you can see, somebody welded partial quarters on. This is a fastback body style. Underneath, they'd also put some floors in. Just some general touch-ups here and there on rust, but they didn't get to this fender. Someone hastily painted it yellow. It also has quite a bit of rust in the roof and stuff, but here you can see where they had put some all metal over there, where they had welded it together. It does have a 9-inch in it, but it's just a one-legger. The top offering for the 73 Gran Torino Sport, which this is, would be the Q code 351 4V. That's what Ford called their 4 barrels. Let's get over here and get to the engine. Now, this engine is in fact the 351 Cleveland, but it has a 2 in the corner of the heads, which indicates a 2V, which means it originally had a 2-barrel intake. But it does have a DIZE. That's actually D1ZE, the one meaning 1971, and that's a spread bore intake for a 1971 351 Cobra jet. Spread bore 351 Cleveland intake manifold for a 4-barrel. I don't know if they're super sought after, I'm not sure. But this could be a good foundation. I've already pulled the valve cover prior to the video. She's pretty crusty and it's locked up. So someone didn't treat it very well. As you can see, it's been sitting with the hood off for a while. The carb linkage is all, she is seized up well. So unfortunately, it's not, maybe not a good builder candidate. I'm trying to pull on the belt right now. It's not moving. Tried it earlier before a camera. So let's move on to where it gets interesting. Supposedly, Ford built 1,609 1973 Gran Torinos with a Q code 351 4V. They're rated at 246 horsepower, a far cry from just a few years earlier. And there it is in the 5th character of the VIN. Whoop, Q. But I have to ask myself, is this dash original to the car? Sorry for getting any wind noise. It is a windy Iowa day. I only ask because there is a little bit of, you know, look at that inner structure there. It's light blue. I don't know if someone rattle canned it, but the rest of the car is kind of this gold color. It has an automatic dash. I don't know if the Q code mandated a 4-speed or if you could get the automatic as an option. But it is a 73. That first 3 it designates as a 73. It does currently have an automatic transmission in it, and it's all hooked up by the factory linkage. So that would tell me it's more than likely original to the car. Or not, well, let's take it back. I know it's not original to the car because I got excited thinking I found a 73 351 Cobra jet. And much to my dismay, on the back of the driver's side, right on the back of the head, or sorry, not just below the back of the head on the driver's side, I was able to get in there and clean it up from underneath the car and scrape it off, and it doesn't match this VIN. So, and like I said, by the head number, that being a 2 up there in the corner, from my quick research, that tells me the heads are at least from a 2-barrel Cleveland. I don't want to dig into it much more and find out. Like I said, I am far from any type of expert on any muscle car, but especially Fords. Not because I don't like them, I just never was around them a lot. So I know these can look really good, especially in darker colors in my opinion. But so, if you need some Ford parts, this is at You Pull It in Des Moines, Iowa. Looks like they just brought it in here. Let's see, does it have factory disc brakes? Yeah, it does. It has disc brakes if you need those for a project. I'm not sure what will interchange, but it does have factory disc. And like I said, it does have the 9-inch back there, although it's open. I don't know what ratio it is. The door tag is missing. They had painted it yellow. They painted it inside the jams, and they had popped the tag off, or I don't know if it was a decal at that point. But looking down inside here, it is gone. So that's a bummer. I think 350 was the biggest gear you could get in 73 on these. Looks like it has a decent deck lid on it, so if you need one of those here in Iowa. See where they made a patch kind of hastily. One back here. I'm sure it's probably an original Iowa car. We're known for our rusty junk. Got to get you an idea of some floor patches here. There you go. There's that 9-inch. Again, this is Michael Muscar Syndicate. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends, share it. All that stuff helps. Again, sorry if you get some wind noise. This is Iowa, and I don't have super awesome equipment. Just a phone. So I just post things as I see it. Oh, wait a minute. There's some more of that blue. Strange. Was this car clipped? I'm not sure. Because it's that copper over there. Blue over here. Or does somebody go through the hassle of putting a full quarter on it at one point? They might have. That's what it appears. At one point I got an original, or like a cut off full quarter off of another car. I wonder if this thing had taken a hit in this passenger rear at one point, and that's how it was fixed. They said they didn't need to paint the inside. It doesn't have door panels over it and stuff. So would you have saved this car? Would you have made an attempt to save this car? Or would you have gave it the same fate that it's living now? Because the only way it's getting out of here is smashed by that big machine over there. So, like I said, better run down here and get any parts if you're local. I will not pull parts and send them to anybody. I wind up getting stuck with them. So, again, this is Michael Muscar Syndicate. I know I've been away for a while. I haven't had much content. Thanks for watching.